Hello everyone, today I'm reviewing Tim Hecker, Harmony, and Ultraviolet. I'm going to try to make this a very honest review, which I usually do on this channel, but for this album I feel like I have to be extra honest because I find this to be a very hard album to, one, talk about, and two, really review with lots of details. Harmony and Ultraviolet is a 50-minute ambient record by Tim Hecker. Ambient more along the lines of shit like Aphex Twin's Selected Ambient Works Volume 2 is probably the closest thing I've listened to this album. This album rides the very, very fine line between these two things. This is what comes to mind. The album rides the line between this image of SpongeBob geeking in the Benadryl room and this one scene from Blade Runner 2049 where the main character is laying in the snow. This album is able to be incredibly cinematic, feel way, way bigger than anything in real life, but at the same time it manages to be deeply emotional and personal despite literally just being electronic noise for the whole album. I think the album mainly does this by just going back and forth between these louder, and by loud I'm using very exaggerated form of loud, it's not that loud, fuzzier, bit harsher parts of noise in comparison to these very soft, quiet ambient pieces. When you think of the word ambient, very chill, very relaxed, very lacking of really anything, and the way it bounces in between these two throughout the whole album is really what makes each part stronger. And it's a weird thing because most of this album is just noise, I would describe it as such, but the noise just felt like it conveyed a certain amount of emotion that I was just able to resonate with on a very nice level while listening to the album. And it does this on almost the entire runtime. The only time throughout this album that I really I was like, okay, I don't know about this, was on the second to last track, Whitecaps of White Noise 2. This was one of the last tracks, one of the harsher tracks as well in terms of just noise, but I really felt like that track was just, well, fucking noise. I didn't really enjoy it that much. I didn't really feel like it added to this emotion that I really got out of the rest of the songs in this album. And for me, it was the only track on this album that really just didn't feel nearly as special. It didn't feel nearly as attention grabbing and focus demanding, if I gotta use big words and whatnot. That's really the only issue I had with this album. I thought from start to finish, as ambient tends to naturally do, every song bled into the next in just such a seamless and effortless way. Between these harsh peaks of more like noise, feedback, reverb sort of stuff, and these very mellow, calm, peaceful moments, like all the harmony and blue parts jumping right into Radio Spiricom, or however you pronounce it. I really enjoyed this album. I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was beautiful, calming, and it just kind of amazes me how something that is literally noise, that lacks any human direct emotions like vocals or even instrument playing, can feel, well, superhuman at the same time. It's a really good album that I definitely recommend. So I'm going to give Harmony and Ultraviolet by Tim Hecker a 9 out of 10. That's what I think about Harmony and Ultraviolet by Tim Hecker. What do you think about Harmony and Ultraviolet, or Tim Hecker in general? Tell me below what other Tim Hecker albums I should review, or just ambient albums in general. Tell me if there's any other types of albums that you'd like me to review. Feel free to join the Discord in the description below. And thank you for watching, and have a good day.